There is no single best stand-on skid steer. Specs matter, but real-world use, price, reliability, and dealer support matter just as much. So instead of ranking everything together and calling it a day, I broke the market into real classes and compared machines that actually compete with each other. Some machines win on paper, and some win in the real world. Today, we're talking about both. And at the end of this video, I'll tell you which 3 I'd buy with my own money, and which one I wouldn't, even if it was cheaper. If you want to see every spec, price range, and comparison behind this video, I've linked the full comparison spreadsheet in the description below. What this video is and isn't. We'll get into the machines themselves in just a minute. But first, I need to give you the context that makes the comparisons actually useful. This video is focused specifically on Class 2 stand-on skid steers. Everything you'll see here is based on OEM-published specs only, real dealer pricing, and owner and operator feedback. If a manufacturer doesn't publish a spec, I left it blank. Where brands don't publish standardized values, like ROC, rated operating capacity, or warranty, I don't guess. This is not a hype video, and it's not sponsored. It's a comparison meant to help real buyers make a better decision. This is exactly why machines like the Toro Dingo and Ditch Witch can feel completely different in the real world, even when the spec sheets look nearly identical. Now that you know how I approach this, let's talk about how the machines themselves break down, defining the 4 classes of stand-on skid steers. Instead of comparing everything against everything, I grouped stand-on skid steers into 4 real-world classes, based on rated operating capacity, machine weight, and horsepower. Class 1 machines are light-duty units meant for residential work and tight access. Class 2 machines are the core contractor class. This is where most buyers shop, and it's what this video is about. Class 3 machines are heavier stand-on or crossover units that start blurring the line between stand-on and sit-in machines. Class 4 machines are large tracked loaders that are borderline sit-in territory. Class 2 is where the competition is the tightest and where buying the wrong machine hurts the most. Which brands have which classes? Some brands cover the entire market. Ditch Witch, Toro, and Vermeer all offer machines across all 4 classes. Bobcat, Kubota, Scag, and New Holland are much more Class 2 focused. Kanga is unique. They span multiple classes, but with a traction-first design philosophy that prioritizes ground contact over lift numbers. Understanding where each brand plays helps explain why some machines feel overbuilt, underpowered, or oddly specialized. What specs actually matter? This part is critical because not all specs are created equal. When you strip away the noise, there are 5 specs that actually determine how a stand-on skid steer performs in the real world. Rated operating capacity and how it's rated. ROC tells you how much the machine can safely lift and carry. Whether it's rated at 35% or 50% of tipping load matters, because those numbers are not directly comparable. If you don't know the standard, the number is meaningless. Hydraulic flow and hydraulic pressure. Flow is how fast oil moves. That controls attachment speed. Pressure is how hard the oil pushes. That controls force. You need both. High flow without pressure is weak. High pressure without flow is slow. Machine weight. Weight equals stability. A heavier machine can use its lift and hydraulics more confidently without feeling tippy, especially when loading trucks or running demanding attachments. Lift height and lift geometry. Lift height determines what you can load. Lift geometry determines how easily you can load it. Vertical lift versus radial lift makes a real difference when dumping into trucks or placing material. Ground pressure. This tells you how much the machine disturbs the surface. Low ground pressure matters on turf. Higher ground pressure matters less on dirt and construction sites. And here's the key takeaway. Horsepower alone tells you almost nothing. With that context, the spec differences you're about to see actually start to make sense. How to read hydraulic flow specs. This is one of the most misunderstood specs in this entire category. Not all brands list hydraulic flow the same way. Some machines show one auxiliary flow number, which is the usable hydraulic flow the attachment actually gets. Other machines break it into low flow and high flow modes. Low flow is for lighter, everyday attachments and fine control. High flow is for demanding attachments that need more oil volume to run properly. When comparing machines, you should always compare usable auxiliary flow to usable auxiliary flow. That means a single auxiliary number should be compared to another machine's high flow number, not its low flow mode. Also, not every stand-on skid steer has true high-flow hydraulics. Some machines only have one fixed auxiliary flow, while others offer high flow as an option. The key takeaway is simple. Auxiliary flow powers attachments. Low flow is standard. High flow is optional, and flow numbers only make sense when you compare them correctly. Price and warranty reality check. Before we talk machines, here's the reality nobody puts on spec sheets. Most manufacturers don't publish MSRP, so the numbers you're seeing are real dealer pricing ranges. Options like tracks, hydraulics, and attachments can move prices quickly. But once you compare apples to apples, most Class 2 machines land in the low to mid $40,000 range. Warranty is similar. Some brands publish clear coverage, many don't. In the real world, dealer support usually matters more than warranty length. A long warranty doesn't help much if your dealer is weak. Always check with your local dealer for exact pricing and coverage. Rapid fire, machine by machine breakdown. Let's start with the Toro Dingo TX1000 Turbo. This machine doesn't try to win spec sheet battles. It runs a 24.7 horsepower Yanmar turbo diesel, the lowest horsepower in this group. Rated operating capacity is 1,000 pounds at 35%. Lift height is just over 81 inches. And operating weight stays under 3,000 pounds depending on tracks. Where the TX1000 really shines is control refinement. It's predictable, smooth, and easy to be productive on, which is why so many operators feel faster on it than the specs would suggest. The Ditch Witch SK1050 takes a very different approach. This is a construction-first machine. It runs a 37 horsepower Yanmar diesel, has some of the highest hydraulic pressure in the class at over 3,600 pounds per square inch, and weighs more than most competitors at around 3,400 pounds. Rated operating capacity is just over 1,060 pounds, with an 83-inch hinge pin height. Those numbers combine into something that feels extremely stable and confident under load, especially when running demanding attachments. The Vermeer CTX100 is the power outlier. It's the only machine here pushing 40 horsepower, and it backs that up with the strongest auxiliary hydraulics in the class, over 15 gallons per minute in high flow. Rated operating capacity is around 1,035 pounds. Hinge pin height is roughly 88 inches, and operating weight sits close to 3,400 pounds. This machine is built to run attachments all day, and you can see that clearly in the specs. Those three sit at the higher end of Class 2. The next group is more about balance and specialization. With the Bobcat MT120, lift geometry is the story. It publishes one of the highest rated operating capacities in the class at 1,200 pounds at 35%, paired with an 88-inch hinge pin height and a vertical lift path. Operating weight is just under 3,400 pounds, and high-flow hydraulics are available up to 11.8 gallons per minute. This is a loader-first machine, especially noticeable when loading trucks or placing material at height. The Kubota SCL1000 focuses on efficiency and surface protection. It uses a 24.8 horsepower Kubota turbo diesel, carries a 1,000-pound rated operating capacity, and weighs just over 3,000 pounds. Where it really stands out is ground pressure, around 4 psi, combined with nearly 5 miles per hour of travel speed. Those traits make it especially appealing for turf work and property maintenance. The Scag Jackal SJ1125 surprises a lot of people. Maximum lift capacity is rated at 1,125 pounds. Hinge pin height is about 83 inches, and operating weight stays under 3,000 pounds without attachments. Auxiliary hydraulic flow is listed up to 15 gallons per minute, and fuel capacity is larger than most machines in this group. Scag doesn't publish a standardized ROC, but the raw lift numbers explain why it feels more capable than expected. The Wacker Neuson SM100 sits right in the middle of the class. Rated operating capacity is just under 1,000 pounds at 35%. Lift height approaches 86 inches, and operating weight is around 3,300 pounds. Hydraulic flow is roughly 13 gallons per minute, and travel speed is one of the higher numbers here. It doesn't dominate any one category, but it avoids major weaknesses. The new Holland C314 leans heavily toward a construction-first design. It carries a decently rated operating capacities at 992 pounds at 35%, a heavier operating weight than many stand-on competitors at over 3,500 pounds, and an 86.7-inch vertical lift style geometry that favors material handling and truck loading. That added mass and lift capacity make it feel planted and confident with heavy loads, but it's less nimble and less refined than some of the more operator-focused machines in this group. At the lighter and more specialized end of Class 2, these next machines serve a different purpose. The Boxer 600 HD is clearly on the lighter end of Class 2. Rated operating capacity is about 530 pounds at 35%. Operating weight is roughly 2,240 pounds, and lift height is closer to 74 inches. Hydraulics are more modest, but simplicity, common parts, and easy maintenance are the real selling points. And finally, the Kanga DW625 follows a different philosophy. Instead of chasing lift numbers, it prioritizes traction and ground engagement. Published specs are more limited, but in real-world use it's often chosen for soft ground and specialized applications where maintaining surface contact matters more than lift height, what each machine is best at. If you're trying to figure out which machine actually fits your work, here's the simplest way to think about it. The Toro Dingo TX1000 Turbo is best for operators who value control, refinement, and ease of use. It's the machine that makes average operators more productive and reduces fatigue over a long day. If multiple people are running the machine, this one is hard to beat. The Ditch Witch SK1050 is best for hard construction style work. Trenching, augers, breakers, and heavy material handling are where this machine shines. It feels planted and confident under load, especially when the work gets rough. The Vermeer CTX100 is best for attachment-heavy jobs. If you're running high-flow attachments regularly and want maximum hydraulic power, this is the machine built for that purpose. It's overkill for some tasks, but unbeatable when power matters. The Bobcat MT120 is best for lifting and loading. Truck loading, material placement, and jobs where lift height and geometry matter most are where this machine stands out. It's a loader-first design through and through. The Kubota SCL1000 is best for turf and property maintenance. Low ground pressure, smooth travel, and efficiency make it a strong choice for landscapers who care about surface damage and speed between tasks. The Scag Jackal SJ1125 is best for value-focused buyers who still want strong lift performance. It delivers impressive capability for the money and feels bigger than expected for its size. The Wacker Neuson SM100 is best for buyers who want balance. It doesn't dominate one category, but it doesn't have major weaknesses either. It's a solid all-around option when you want consistency. The Boxer 600 HD is best for simplicity and lighter duty work. It's easy to maintain, easy to own, and works well for rental fleets, property managers, or occasional use. The Kanga DW625 is best for traction-focused applications. Soft ground, specialized conditions, and situations where ground engagement matters more than lift height are where this machine fits. Once you look at what each machine is actually best at, my top 3 starts to make a lot more sense. Top 3 real-world picks. These are not the 3 best machines. These are the 3 I'd personally shortlist if I were buying in this class, and here's why. These aren't just spec winners. These are machines that make sense when you combine specs, price, reliability, reviews, and how they're actually used. Number 1, Toro Dingo TX1000 Turbo. The TX1000 doesn't win the spec war, and it doesn't need to. What it wins is usability. The controls are the best in the category. The machine is predictable, refined, and easy to be productive on quickly, even for less experienced operators. But this is where real-world ownership matters. The TX1000 has one of the largest installed bases in the stand-on skid steer market. That means excellent dealer coverage, strong parts availability, proven long-term reliability, and consistently high resale value. All of that adds up to one of the lowest ownership risk profiles in this class. It doesn't win on paper, but it wins the workday. Number 2, Ditch Witch SK1050. The SK1050 is about pressure and mass. It's extremely stable under load, handles hard attachment work well, and is clearly built with construction abuse in mind. If your work is harder than average, trenching, augers, breakers, and heavy material handling, this machine makes sense. It's not the most refined, but it's one of the most honest machines in the class, backed by a dealer network that understands construction use and machines that live hard lives. Number 3. Vermeer CTX100. The CTX100 is a spec monster. Highest horsepower, strongest hydraulics, excellent lift height. If you know you need this much power, especially for high flow attachments, nothing else in this class really competes. It's overkill for some buyers, but for operators who live on hydraulic attachments, Vermeer's experience in that space shows, and this machine delivers exactly what it promises. Why the others didn't make my top 3. The Bobcat MT120 has excellent lift numbers, but its more proprietary MT series mounting system creates extra attachment compatibility friction compared to Toro or Ditch Witch platforms, which knocks it down a notch for me. The Kubota SCL1000 is an outstanding turf and property maintenance machine, and while its hydraulics are strong on paper, it's tuned more for smooth, efficient work than aggressive, high-torque attachment use. The Scag Jackal SJ1125 delivers impressive capability for the money and strong lift for its size, but it's still a newer platform that hasn't built the same long-term track record yet. The remaining machines all bring real strengths, but for different reasons. Boxer and Kanga lean into more specialized use cases, while Wacker Neuson and New Holland offer solid, construction-focused alternatives that simply didn't edge out my top 3 on overall balance and ownership fit. These aren't bad machines, they just don't fit my top 3 criteria. Final takeaway. The goal here isn't to crown a winner, it's to help you buy the right machine the first time. The best stand-on skid steer depends on how you work, not just what the brochure says. If you own one of these machines, I want to hear your experience, good or bad, in the comments. If you want to go deeper, I've linked the full comparison spreadsheet in the description. It has all the specs, price ranges, and notes behind this video in one place. Like and subscribe for more deep dive equipment comparisons. Thanks for watching.